Good evening, ladies and gentle spoons. How are you? It's Smooth here for another wee go at this little wooden bike kit that my friend sent me for Christmas a couple of years ago. So Lee Eagles is first in, going hi Smooth. How you doing, Lee? Hope you're keeping well. I'm live. I've kind of figured it out. It's been a while. Last night was a bit of a I'll go live last minute kind of So I've figured out how to get the tinterwebs working again, so that's cool. I'm sporting my COVID hairdo. I've got clippers, just can't be arsed. Everybody hear the audio okay? Yeah. Rat Pack. It's Bjorn. Smooth. How you doing, Bjorn? How's the lockdown restrictions across where you are? I caught a wee bit. I'm doing all right, Lee. Just, usual mental health, struggling with depression and shit. But I'm getting there. That's 2 days in a row I've been at the bench. I'll need to spend more time at the bench because the shelves are ordered to replace all that bed thing. I thought, I'll be a few days before they come. I'll have time to they arrive first thing this morning, so I've got more boxes that I'm tripping over. Auntie Wafus is in again. Good evening. Diet ginger and say you're a dwarf, mate. Be perfect. Friend of mine's actually got a thing about dwarfs or little people, so yeah. So I've still got to scrape the face. Could be worse. I'm basically taking off where I left off last night. I'll see if any more people pop in first before I swap onto my bench camera. But I had another go with that elastic band thing, and I managed to get the knot in it. But by the time you stretch it around all the things, the knot comes undone. So I'm thinking it's super glue may involved, which is why I've got my gluing things to your face since 2017 t-shirt on, because it may involve me gluing things to my face. Shall we talk about food again? Well, I just had 3 hot dogs with caramelized onions. That was it. That's how exciting my dinner was. And then 10 minutes later, the chippy van appeared, which was a bit frustrating because I could have went a nice big smoked sausage. So yeah, the chippy van started coming back round again over the weekends, Thursday to Sunday. What's this? I have a thing about them. If I didn't hate beards, I'd grow a ZZ Top one and braid it down my chest. No. It's quite funny when you shave it off because you can do the whole sort of Mexicana type. It's quite weird because the cameras. Yeah, I'm not used to touching the right side of my face and it looking different on the camera. You can do the whole Mexicana thing and shave half the beard off and half the tash. I've done that. Kid, when you're really bored, just shave half of your face off. So when you look one way, you look clean shaven, and you look the other way, you've got the beard on, or just do funny tash styles and all that. I usually have a goatee, but it's summertime, so I've actually caught a wee bit of sun. Not much, but a wee bit, I think. Either that or it's muck. I'll need to take a shower. Right, so I'm going to finish this ciggy. I've got a nice big glass of Diet Cola I'm on tonight. Actually, the Co-op stuff's no bad. That was a sub. Oh, the Hulk Hogan one. He tends to shave out all this bit, doesn't he? And keeps the big sidey chops on. I could do that, but grey. I'm going really grey, especially underneath. So I mean, round about was it coming up to Christmas? I just couldn't be arsed, and I had this. This was taken off about a month ago, so that's about a month's growth. I'd let it grow for about 3 or 4 months, and actually I looked like Father Christmas. It was big, bushy, and white. And before the lockdown, I went into McDonald's and I was pulled up on the bike, and there was a wee laddie and a wee lassie waving at the window to me. So I waved back to them, had my fag. We went to McDonald's and sat down, and then there was a couple of laddies walked past. They must have been about 10 or 11-year-old. And the one at the back was sort of giggling and pointing. And the one at the front says, "Hiya, Santa," and walked past. And then the wee laddie and the lassie that had been at the window, on the way out, the wee lassie came up and gave me a hug. And I was like, all right, okay. And the mother turned around and says, "Oh, their dad's got a bike as well. They're daft on anybody that's got a beard, a bike, or tattoos. So she's going to have problems with that lassie when they get bigger." Wayfish is saying, "You can tell you're in a Scottish stream when every story starts with going to get fast food." Yeah, we're not the health. Well, it's easy, isn't it? Yeah, glasses are kind of sticking it together tonight. I've got the old bit Tamiya tape on it. Pain in the bum. Silver Fox. Aye, I wish I was making his money though. Oh, John's in. GB's Model Zone. How you doing? Gordon's alive. Right, so I'll finish. I'll chat for a wee bit and then I'll finish this fag and I'll get back on. Now, what I'll do tonight, because I'm on problems with elastic bandy type things, again, I'm going to have to use super glue. Managed to get a knot in it, as I say, stretched over the post and then the knot undone and just went, so that's not very reliable. Why they don't give you the correct sized elastic band in the first place, that would have made more sense than cutting one in half and tying a knot in it. So yeah, I think I'll get a... Hey, Fraser! I guess I'll be getting the super glue into it. I'm pretty sure if you glue two ends of an elastic band together with super glue, it's going to be strong enough. Or I'll tie the knot and then cover it in super glue, and that way it won't come undone. It's for some sort of cam mechanism. There are more elastic bands, so I'll just concentrate on main big assemblies till I decide to get the super glue out, if it hasn't all dried up. So thanks everybody for popping in. We've got about 6 in now. Could just buy a smaller band. Aye, where they? They're shut. They're quite small as they are, actually. You know, they're not all that big. And basically what I'm looking for is one that's about that size. So why didn't they give me one about that size in the kit? How did the last stream go after I left? I haven't been able to watch it yet. Went fine. It's a motorized wooden model, so there's moving parts and it all works in elastic bands and stuff. And the wooden parts are going together beautifully. I found a bit of a candle, so I've been able to wax the journals that are the moving parts, the bearings. I got the part of the sub-assembly done on the engine. Okay, because it's a V4 with the looks of it. And I got this cantilever action thing done with the cam done, but I can't get the elastic band not to stay in, so I'll have to piss about with that. Is any of the old crew here, or are they all gone smooth? I don't really have a crew anymore. I chat to a couple of people, you know, not live, like John and that, occasionally. I mean, I think my first live, I had a chat with John yesterday, which was the first time I'd been online in a month. So no, I've not really got the crew thing anymore. When they used to do the chat live, now I'm not doing the Saturday nights. There's other people doing it now, I think. I'm just trying to get myself back to the bench because I've not really done much. And I think I'll just stick to doing either, you know, like random late night live streams. I'm a bit of a night hawk. You know, fire on about 10:30 till about 2 in the morning or whatever. And that way I'm not sort of crossing over at the same time as a lot of the other guys are doing streams. Sell them cheap on eBay. They're multicoloured for little girls making bracelets. Oh, right, okay. I do think they should supply it with a kit. I'll get round it. That's all right. I'll get it working. It's just a bit of pain in the bum. I'll need to when I get to, because the next bit's got like crankshaft and drive shaft and everything, and it's all rubber band powered. But what I'll do is I'll do all the main sort of sub-assemblies like the engine, petrol tank, stuff like that, just to keep going. So there's a few people in. So what I'll do is I shall attempt to switch to my bench camera and see if I can get that to work. Bear with me. It's not quite as fluid as the program that I wanted to use. Everybody see that okay? Is it in focus tonight? I've locked the focus tonight, and I should be able to zoom in to show you stuff. Well, that's about as far as it zooms in, so hopefully that works. I don't know if I've got the camera central, but that'll be good enough. It's a wee bit bright. Yeah. I can't take the... If I take that off... I've got it on self-adjusted at the moment. I've got a lot of lighting in here. And I replaced all the bulbs on my overhead lamp, which weren't as bright as that before. So yeah, it is a bit bright, but it's better too bright than too dark. So where did we get to last night? Right, we've got that frame. There's obviously a cam mechanism in it that I can't get elastic band working on, so I'll put that to the side for the moment. That's a wheel. Right, so we're carrying on with the next bit of the engine, and it wants us to make a crankshaft. Now, I actually noticed, I'm looking about for the bits last night. It shows you the sprue layout there, whereabouts all the parts are. So I'm looking on the main bit with the wheels for my next bits. I'm thinking, here we go. Right, I'm looking for... I'm going to build this crankshaft up. What's in there? A wee bit bright. Yeah, I can't help that though. Mug the poster. Usually got a lot. I've got a few posty ones, but they're all too big. Best way to balance the camera, you use a grey cutting mat. You use the same grey to colour balance for. Yeah, but I prefer blue. I've seen the grey mat thing. I know about it, but nah, I prefer blue. It's Scottish, you see. Blue for Scotland. It's all right when I'm doing like recorded videos. It all comes out lovely and clear, and the brightness actually helps. But when you're live, these webcams are not quite up to the standard of a proper camera yet. Right, aye. So number 17. Let's see if we can pop this out. Oh, am I going to have to get my safety blade in again? So how is everybody keeping? I heard the news today they might be relaxing next week a wee bit of the lockdown thing in Scotland. If they do, I think I shall be going on my bike and having a couple of socially distanced visits with people just to get out the house, because I'm going a little bit stir crazy. Even though I'm in a kind of high risk group, I know my friends have been shielding and stuff, so I don't feel confident yet to go shopping or anything. What colour I'm going to do the bike? It's a wooden kit, mate. It's just au natural. I had thought about painting it, but I've painted balsa wood and that before, and it kind of takes a while because it soaks all the paint up. So you'd have to kind of, a bit like if you're emulsioning a freshly plastered walls, you have to put like a really wet watered down coat on and build it up, and it just soaks up too much paint. I don't really see the point in painting it. The whole fun of it is to show that it's made of wood, I think. So no, I'm not going to be painting it. Yep, it's out. Excellent. So that's that bit. What else do I need? Another couple of number twos. Ha ha! Said the actress. Right, the number twos were. Or are they on here as well? Oh, they're on here as well. Oh, they're on there. They're in there. Couple of number twos. You'd love to go back to work, Lee. Yeah, I don't think you realize. I mean, I'm not working myself, but I do know that when I was working, there's the whole social aspect. You know, you're at work, you're having a bit of a joke in that with the lads and lasses at your place of employment, and it just kind of gives you something to talk about when you get home as well. I suppose if you're living with a partner, you know, it's like, oh, how's your day been and all that. If you're not working, you just can run out of things to talk about. It probably puts a strain on quite a few relationships, I would guess. But yeah, painting wood, if you've ever tried it, Fraser, it just soaks all the paint up and it can be there for ages. It's doable, you know. Get a decent primer on it and that, but oh, you will come out the middle. This one's a little bit. I'll just break it out for the wheel, like what I did last night. I'm struggling with my glasses trying to fall off my face at the moment. Yeah, that leg is not what to stay on. I should actually take some of the elastic bands that I've got off the postman and wrap them around the legs. Right, this is no wanting to be. There's a wee nub on there. Excuse me. There's a wee nubby in there as well. And there. Speaking of work, bag yourself an apprenticeship. See, the thing is, a modern apprenticeship isn't really an apprenticeship, but what you're doing can finally afford to make a start in Warhammer 40k after years of saying you will. So what is your apprenticeship? Because an apprenticeship, a modern apprenticeship to me isn't an apprenticeship. An apprenticeship to me it's a trade, and you spend 3 or 4 years doing it with a journeyman or, you know, a skilled tradesperson and actually learning on the job. Oh, that message keeps popping up. So what is your modern apprenticeship? Obviously, I'm chuffed for you, but I don't get this whole modern apprenticeship thing. It's not really an apprenticeship. It's not like me as a mechanic. I had to go to college 1 day a week and train for 4 years alongside a journeyman. Working with the health service, warehousing, delivery work. See, warehousing it's a job, but I wouldn't say it was a trade, so I can't understand how you get an apprenticeship for it. Or is it just a way of them paying you really, really low wages? It's a year long, and then you might get a job out of it. It's not an apprenticeship, but that's good though. It's good though you've got some work. I just don't like the way the government call these new modern apprenticeships. If it's not an apprenticeship, it's just a bit like a trial. Or maybe I'm more like work experience. I would say that would be about right. I used to get that quite a lot in the garages and that. Maybe just I'm an old fart stuck in my ways because I did a proper apprenticeship. Yeah, so this is supposed to be the cranking shafting, which goes at the bottom of the engine, and I have a funny feeling with the cams on it. Remember I was saying about it's a bit strange on the cylinder heads that they're letting these things pop up and down. I think they bobble up and down, kidding on their pistons. But yeah, I can see the idea behind it, but it's just a bit of fun. Just a bit of fun. Seen a nice bike I fancied today. Model bike. But the price was a bit, really. Well, I suppose a lot of the kits in my stash have probably got a silly price value as well. You know, it's because Tammy keeps doing short runs of stuff. Right, how many of these number 3s do I need? I need 2 of them. So let's see if we can get another one of these wiggled out. I'll be cutting it. You're taking it for a test ride? Me being a fat bastard, I don't think that would be a very good idea, Bjorn. You need a bit more. I mean, my bike groans when I get on. My real bike groans when I get on, so I don't think a wee 3-ply wooden one would. You've still got a 1/4 Hayabusa kit. Have you not built it? That's a magazine collection one, isn't it? Oh, that'd be a fun build, that, mate. That 1/4. I'm sure we talked about that before. It was one of these magazine, buy all the magazines and. Excuse me whilst I quench my thirst. Although it's been raining here today, it's very muggy tonight. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that was lovely. Wet the whistle. Yeah, well, if you don't want it, Lee, feel free to send it my way. I've got a couple of boosters in 1/12 scale. I've got a couple of friends I've got boosters as well. I suppose if you're a biker, you'll always have a friend that's got a booster. It's up until recently, it was the fastest production road bike, that there was. And then Kawasaki started all their funny stuff. Oh, these are a bit tight to get out, but it will come. There it goes. Is it? Yep. I'll give this a wee cleanie up as well. It got €700. Yeah, I need to win the lottery to get the money to buy one of them, mate. Although I have bought, splashed out on something from eBay, and it's all John, Mr. Gordon's Alive's fault. Don't show Terry things when he's had a couple of drinks. But I've saved an absolute fortune because I've not been having takeaways every night. So I suppose I can treat myself for being locked up. Pounds, yeah. £700, yeah. It'd be an interesting build, but I suppose if you're... I know Chris for Gross Models, he does a lot of these magazine builds. I suppose if it's only like a £10 or £20 a month, you didn't notice that at the time. I think it would frustrate the hell out of me. Is once I got a few bits, I'd want to build the whole thing. Right, and I also have a cam part 18, which is sitting here. Will it just wiggle out? Will you wiggle? Or will I have to persuade you with the tool of knowledge? Well, nice wee crack. Again, said the actress to the bishop. Right, okay. Let's give this a little clean up. Wafers is going, give up on the Nutella for a month and buy yourself a nice model. Good way to diet is spend the money on models with the leftover cash. Well, I used to have a takeaway every night. I just couldn't be arsed with cooking. So you're talking, the time you've got your delivery and that, you're about 10, 15 quid a night. And now I'm on to no takeaways a night. So if you take that over the lockdown period that we've had, plus I locked down a week earlier on that, I've saved quite a lot of money. So I've treated myself with a couple of really nice models. Well, one for definite and one's a maybe. I'm just smoothing this off because this is a cam that I believe it makes the pistons go up and down. I might be wrong. I'm just taking the worst of the roughness off. You're repeating yours white and chrome custom. Ooh. Getting quite... When I first started back into the modelling, it was like, all right, I must use this paint on this kit because the kit, instructions tells me. And I've learned now to relax a bit and just, use a bit of your own imagination and just... If you want to paint it sky blue pink, paint it sky blue pink. It's your model. So I'm just taking the worst of the burrs off of this. Seeing as it's got a cam motion. Green. What's the definite? You'll find out in due course. But it's I'll give you a clue. It's a sci-fi related model kit. It's a big sci-fi model kit. And obviously it's going to allow me to put lights in at some point. Right, now the wax thing. The wax thing does work. So I've got a wee bit of candle wax here. And the idea is you rub the candle wax on the outside of the little bit that's going to be the bearing that's going to be turning inside the frame, just to let it slip a bit. This one's nice, it's apple scented. You've never gone by the instructions. My kit, my choice. Yeah, it's when you're getting back into it after, you know, umpteen years away, it's kind of like, yeah, I'll use instructions till I get confident, and then now I sort of go, bugger it, I'm going to do it this colour. Oh, I'm going to chop that bit off. I don't like that. But I've seen a nice one on Facebook today. Somebody's taken a couple of Honda CB750s and they've chopped the engine in half and made it into a custom 6-cylinder. I thought that was quite cool. So they've made the 4-cylinder engine into a 6-cylinder. So I thought that was rather creative. I liked that idea. So I'm just waxing up my bits. Well, I need to move. I don't need that there just now, do I? Can I move that somewhere else? Because it's in the way. Yeah, I can sit there. I've got loads of wee things popped up on my desktop on my laptop to so that I can adjust things. Right. So apparently I've got to get the centre line of one of these bang in the middle, but it doesn't give you a measurement bang in the middle. That's a bit of a... So how long is it? 38 mil. So we're looking at 19 mil roughly. Okay. Let's give it a go. Right, so that has to go like that. The dots up and down. Well, these are a bit smaller. Will you go on? Or will you be a little... Here's my toffee hammer. You will comply. Right, now I've got to get your teeth in, Terry. I've got to get this bang in the middle. Equidistant. That'll be fun. What's that? 16 that way. 17 that way, so it needs to come and do a wee bit. I can't even get my teeth in the night. I've went too far the other way this time. About 16, 17. Well, it looks kind of in the middle. It needs to go that way a wee ball here, which is a Scottish technical term, a ball here. It would help if it were marked. Yeah, they could quite easily burn a little mark onto it. But yeah, that's what rulers and stuff are for. I've got a smaller ruler somewhere, or rule, I should say, that I'm using because it's metal. It's a steel rule. It's 17 and a half. It's just a ball here. I don't think it really matters that much, to be fair. I can probably knock it. Right, that's near enough. And I bet you when I put the next bit on, it's going to move it. So the nodules line up with the dots. Okay. Apparently. So this will be the cam, or the crankshaft, I should say. Oh, and I bet you that's moved now. Oh well, we'll soon find it. And then the other one with the dots up the way. It would help if it were marked, but and I think all that wax that I put on is probably just come off again, so I'm just going to give it a wee bit more of a wax. I don't think WD-40 would help because the wood would just swell up. Right, so we had the crankshaft in, and the crankshaft goes in with that facing to the back, with the longest bit sticking out here, like so. Oh, that's pretty cool. I don't know if you'll see it on camera, but obviously what it's doing is it's knocking the wee pistons up and down. Can you see that jiggling up and down there? I don't know if it's clear enough, but that's basically what that's doing. Okay. Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. That goes in. Wait a minute. Eh? And then on the other side, I need to put another one of them and a bearing. So there's one on either side. Right, okay. Right, okay. So I need another one of those, which is in here. Right, I'm with it now. So that holds it all together. So there's two cams. I wonder if they're... Yeah, they both left at the same time. So what's everybody else been up to? Obviously, Fraser's at his new job. Lee's not at work at the moment. Excuse me, I've got the hiccups. I've toned down the brightness a wee bit. Is that any better, or is it still too bright? I have so many lights on in here because it's quite a dark wee room, actually, this spare room. Right, I don't need that anymore. That's an extra bit. Playing at World of Warships. Is that a phone app game thing? Is that World of Warships? And Lee's mashing 3 cars into 1 car. Is that 1-to-1 scale, Lee, or is that models? Mashing 3 car kits into 1 car. Or 3 real cars into 1 car. That sounds like some sort of shady motors. Cut, shut and stick specials. Oh, they're models. All right, I'll let you off. Don't know if you can hear that fan in the background, but it's a mixture of... It's just circulating some air round about the place. So I don't know if it's awfully noisy, but it gives me a nice wee breeze. 124 scale, yep. So you're doing PC, PS4, Xbox, Battleship, full 3D World War II setting boats. Oh, so you're basically more Steam McPhail. I am the captain with a vital spark, and you're throwing expletives. You've got your own wee boat, and you're like, I can see a periscope. Kill him. Yeah. Whatever floats your boat. And passes the time. I've been playing games as well. I've Star Trek Fleet Command on the phone. I think that's what I've been playing. But I've been trying to get back into... I like the Fallout series of games, like Fallout New Vegas and all the rest of it. I've been trying to get back into that. You swear like a sailor, it's an ideal game. Funny you should say that. The first one of your YouTube videos that I watched, Fraser, was quite enlightening. The air was blue. I don't think you were very impressed with whatever it was you were reviewing. But I do remember the air was blue. And you were like, yeah, this pilot, bleep, bleep, bleep. And this bit doesn't fit this bleep, bleep. Waste of bleep, bleep. Aye. How did the monetization go on that video? Right, so this is another camshaft like device, but obviously it's on the crankshaft, so I'm just smoothing it off a bit. So it's obviously it has the little pistons going up and down, which is all right. It's a wee bit of fun, something that moves. If you can get the elastic bands to work, that's. So I'm basically going to build as much as I can that doesn't involve elastic bands to avoid unnecessary swearing and stuff tonight. And throwing my teddies out the pram. So let's get some wax on this cam as well. Don't think I was ever monetized. An air was blue. Christ, I don't know what video that was. One of your very early ones, mate. First time that I'd actually come across you. I can't remember what it was. I think you'd popped onto one of the live streams when it was Colin and all that was on with us. And you linked me to your channel. And I was just giggling away. It was a good laugh. But you were swearing away at something. Definitely go for apple scented candle wax. Right, so the idea being now is this goes on this one on the other side. Ooh, not really very central, am I? There we go. That can see it. So, okay. And then the other bearing with the dots go opposite the thingy bit. So I'm assuming when this goes in, you little bugger will go in. Now, there's a little bit of overlap out the end there, which I don't think there should be. So I shall use my universal adjusting tool. Like so. Get this squeeze back in. Right, so we now have a little crankshaft type affair. And when I spin it, El Pistones go up and down. Oh, isn't that lovely? Now you do realise this is obviously going to be connected by elastic bands to something else that Terry's probably going to scream at. Right, so they want us now to set that in the frame with another one of these half cocktail sticking. What happened there? What fell out? All right, let's so we've got to drive one of these through. Yeah, that's going to happen. Cocktail sticks are not quite as round as they're supposed to be. No, none of you's got any fancy builds on. Or he's a bit like me, being away from the bench and couldn't be bothered. Can't believe nobody's been building anything. It's just me, it's a lazy bugger. Should be enough flush, I think. Near as damn it. Apologies if I go slightly off camera. Sitting too far to the left, that's what it is. You've got an idea for kits you want for your Warhammer army, just a matter of waiting for the shops to open. Can you not order it? Is the Warhammer Online thing no still on? If you know what I mean. You get me? I used to order my stuff for their online shop. It's really quite good. Right, so I now have an engine sitting in a frame where if I turn it, the pistonies go up and down. It really is quite sweet. And it works totally on gravity. There we go. Lovely. So I can sit. Once I get the elastic band thing sorted out, that'll get sorted, but that can sit in there just now. And that bit sits in there like that for just now. So what's next? We're actually starting to get something that looks a bit like, I don't know, can I zoom in and you can actually see any of that? Let's see. All still a bit too bright. We can see all the wee cams and all that. And the wee pistons going up and down. This one's sticking a little bit for some reason. It's probably because I've made it go too far. Ah, there we go. That makes the wee pistons go up and down and stuff. Oh, very clever stuff, like. Oh, the web store's open. You just don't like buying things online. I prefer it because if you go in, apart from when I go into Edinburgh and go into Wonderland Models, which is my favourite model shop in the whole world, you go in looking for one thing and you end up buying loads of stuff. Whereas if online you know you want to buy a specific item, it's less tempting to buy all the things. I went into a Warhammer shop just trying to get some paint. I came out with a kit, a set of figures, 4 or 5 different paints. That Co-op Diet Coke's off you like Diet Pepsi. It's quite sweet. Right, okay, so that's that part of the motorcycle built. And it's obviously the sign says there, wax that and wax that. Yes, I've done all that. The only bit I've omitted so far is one elastic at the end. Because it's a total, oh no, this one's showing loads of elastic band stuff. This looks like some sort of drivetrain. With lots of elastic bands. I'll build the wooden bits. I don't know if I'll do the elastic, oh, it's whole elastic band, so I've got a chance. You've got to shove 3 through that one, have you? Oh, this must be for the main windy uppy bitty thingy. Interesting. There's quite a lot of parts to this one, and it's all on this other sprue. Excuse me, banging the camera and stuff. Just getting the correct sprue. So it looks like some sort of drivetrain thing. And it looks like, I don't know. Right, anyway. Oh, I like that. I like all the, let's see if you can see that. That's a side casing. All the, see how they've got all the nice laser etching in there, all the Ugears and that on. If they could have just marked that shaft in the middle, that would have been a bit of a nice touch. Right, what am I looking for? I'm waffling. Pardon me. Right, what parts do I need? 24, 20, 20, 19 looks like the biggest bit. And they're all in one part of, oh, wait a minute, that's a part I've popped out, I believe, with the other part of the frame. Bear with me. And they're all sitting in the middle of this part. They are, they're all in here. Right, so I shall gently persuade these. You just like holding the box, and since to quote you, I don't get out much. I suppose it's good to get some, you don't get much vitamin D in Scotland. It's very rarely that the sun comes out to play in Scotland. Where's the tabs on this? Just so I can make it a bit easier pulling this out. There's one about there. Oh, Gordon's lost it. Vroom! Think you could motorise it? It's, well, yeah, you can motorise anything, but it's elastic band powered. You wind up a little thing on the side and it moves along the bench. Am I going to motorise it? No. It's a fun thing I got for Christmas. I'm building it out the box with hopefully the elastic bands that it gives you. Just a bit of fun. Get me at the bench and get me yapping to use reprobates. I'm awfully nice to you, yeah. Use bunch of reprobates. Right, because that's the other bit of the frame, obviously, that goes on the other side of there. But it doesn't yet, and it's not being cleaned up, so that can sit there. Right, so I need this big bit. Part number 19. Motorise it. That's an idea, right enough, but I don't think so here. Right, there's a little knob up there. I keep getting these pop-ups saying, my device will restart, blah, blah, blah. Yes, I know, go away. Microsoft must have released an update to fix the patch that knackered the patch that they patched the last time, probably. Oh, a couple of wee bumps. All right, okay. All right, they're up there. Tiny, tiny little bits that they've no cut with a laser that you've got to try and find. It's quite... there we go. Let's see if we can get this out now. Well, I might as well do the other side as well. It's just to save it delaminating. Because I've got one bit that I just pushed out without taking the little bars off, and it delaminated a little bit. There we go. There's my little... See if it'll pop out now. Well, that side's certainly free. That might take a bit of persuasion. A little bit that way. Well, let's try a little bit this way. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. You will comply. Come to daddy. Oh no, I don't want to do that. That's actually split the part. I'm not going to do that. Right. It's a bit delicate, this one, I think. It's a delicate one. Cutting through 3 layers of plywood, but there we go. Yeah. Otherwise, it's just going to break. Did I break it? Don't think so. Anybody got any questions, topics you want to talk about in chat? Oh God, that juice is lovely and cold. Oh. There's obviously a little bump on there for a reason, so I don't want to take that off. Just where the little black dots are, there's little bumps, and I think that's for holding certain parts. I'll find out when I actually read the instructions, because Terry's not very good at reading the instructions. Actually, I think it's quite warm. This lamp right in front of me puts off a lot of heat, so my head's getting irradiated at the moment. Right, so that's the shaft. What else do I need? That's a bit that all the elastic bands go into, so I hope I've not broke it. No, I've not. Right. There's two smaller ones, 20s. There's a 21 and a 23. Right, so I'm going to have to start laying it out logically now. So there's that part, and then there's a. See if I can get one of these out. So there's that part, and a 20. There's a 20 a bit further on. So that's the little bearing thingies. We need the 21. Might have to cut these out. Right, that one's 23, that's further down. When I bought any of my paints from GW, did you buy any of the texture paints? I did. I got one. I got the one that turns into like crackly ground. It's just basically crackle glaze. It's you can actually buy crackle medium a lot cheaper from an art shop. And it basically works with two different paints drying at different speeds, creating cracks on the top. But yeah, I got it. It's all right. It's expensive. I used it on the base of... Oh, wait, now see if I can get it out without knocking everything over. Oh, fucking knocking everything over. Excuse my French. I used it on I used the crackle glaze on the base of him. I'll see if I can get it focused and scrolled in a bit. Right now, where's my... Get my mouse working. Can you see that? How that crackles on the base? And it just creates a texture. And then you paint it and stuff. It's all right. It's nothing... It's a bit expensive for what it is, but normal crackle, you can buy glaze medium. Can't mind if I've done his. No, I've not done his base yet. You can get it for... Oh, everyone's falling over. Sorry, I'm just sorting out my cabinet. Things are falling over here. You can get stuff that does a similar thing. I'm trying to remember the name of that big model shop. But you can buy... Just like you can buy your own fluid retarder and flow improver and make your own thinners and stuff up. You can buy cracking glaze medium. Right, so that bit was 21. And that goes after there. Then there's one of them. Then there's a gear. Right, okay. I'm wondering if I should just cut the wood away from around about. Yeah, that's an idea. Just snap it away from the outside. That might be more beneficial. Yeah, it makes a nice effect. But I can't mind how much the Warhammer stuff is. It's quite dear. Right, one gear. It's obviously shaft drive then. Right, so there's a gear there. Right, so it's that, then the gear, then the spacer, then this one, part 23, and then 24. So it's not bad, 10 folks sitting watching away. What are you doing while you're watching this? Are you just messing about at your bench, or? Fraser says he's probably gaming. Sorry, glass is falling off my face again. There we go. Scrap. So that makes up, it looks like a rear drive shaft of some description. The 3 elastic bands go through it. I can see me having fun with elastic bandies, but I'm going to have a wee break and a wee cigarette for a minute, so I'm just going to go back onto my other camera so you can see me. Not that you really want to see me. So a wee 5-minute break and a wee chat. And then I'll go back onto the... I'll just sand the bits while I'm sitting chatting. I've got a right druth. That's a good Scottish word, a druth. So yeah, if you're sitting in the chat, this is just a sort of get me back to the bench live stream, building a wooden bike kit. If you're sitting and watching and you're not in the live chat, just make sure you're on the main YouTube page and click on the chat and say hello. Don't be scared. It's a shame it isn't actually voice, like you can actually talk back. Mind you, it'd be a bit of rabble. But like I'd say something and you're all talking at the same time instead of typing in, I'll be like, oh, Terry. So yeah. I'm getting some stuff in for Mike Jolly, so I'm getting I'm trying to remember what I'm getting now. Some more paint racks. There's a wee car that's a wee is it a Supra? I think it's a Supra beachcomber thing. It's got lights in the top of it. I'm getting one of them. I'm inquiring about another kit. And I ordered one off of eBay that's supposed to be here sometime next week. Paints, yeah. I'll need to try and get a hold of you, John, when you're feeling a bit better, because it doesn't carry the Mr. Colour lacquers. But he has the Aqueous, but we've got the FS number, so I'll be seeing if we can transfer it across from... see if we can get it from lacquer to the Aqueous with the FS numbers. If I can do that, I can resubmit it. He's not got the... Unfortunately, I'm trying to get Tamiya TS51 Racing Blue either in the rattle can or it's... I had it written down somewhere. In the new Tamiya lacquers, it's LP45, which is the same colour, which basically, if what John led me to believe, the new Tamiya lacquers are going to cover all the existing acrylic colours, plus the colours that were in the rattle cans, the TS paints, because the bike that I'm doing for my mate Davey, not got enough to finish it off for the rattle can. And I'm doing away with the rattle can, so we're moving over to the Tamiya lacquer. So it's quite good, actually. It's going to save a lot of... I've still got cans there that I needed to decant and use up. but we'll not have any need for the rattle cans anymore. Which is going to be a bit of a pain for the guys that have got the RC cars, but that's a different paint again, I think. So I can see me having to get another rack. I've got a few up on the wall there. One's basically all Tamiya sort of XF colours. One's all X colours. And then the next rack's got Mr. Hobby Aqueous and Mr. Colouring. And then I've ordered 2 racks so I can put my MIG and my Vallejo stuff in. And I've got a rack there, but it doesn't hang up like the Hobby Zone, the ammo ones for my Warhammer paints. I know a lot of guys build them themselves, but I'm lazy. I just want to, build something up, screw it to the wall, stick my paints in, job done. But I'm definitely going to have a lot of shifting about to do in the bedroom, apart from clearing up a lot of shite. So I've got to find a space in another part of the house where I can put all these model kits safely. And then I've got a few model kits sort of that way in the corner that are in various stages of primer and stuff like that. So I'll need to dust them off. I've got plastic boxes to put them in, and I'll put them into boxes safely out of the way and get them out of the way. And then I've got to dismantle this studio bed because it comes out, 3-4 feet from the wall. And the shelves I've got only come out about a third of that. So that'll free me up a lot more space in here for moving about. But I might lose a lot of space as well. We'll see how it goes. Well, that'll be a work in progress because I'm looking at all the stuff that's piled up on the floor. And it's like diorama stuff. And, yeah, it'll take me a while to get through it all. Just trying to think what else. I've got another. This is quite good for doing the live streams, and I've got the 2 wee metal kits that Chris got me on a digger and a tank. So I'll do them on the live. And I've got a wee voice changer module for my electricity thing. That'll be fun. I'll get that done. But I'll do that in a video. And then once the place is all tidied up and the shelves are up, I'll maybe get that RZ done. So, right, I suppose I better get back to the bench and get on with this. So, yeah, I'm building a wooden bike from Ugears. I believe it's a Ukrainian company. I was kindly gifted it Christmas a couple of years ago, and this is me just getting round to building it, and it's a lovely wee thing. So let's go back to the bench and carry on. The only thing that I don't like about it so far is the elastic bands, but that's a minor gripe, isn't it? Really, when you look at it, elastic band powered. Right, so we're hopefully back at the bench. Oh, right, back at the bench. So this is a drivetrain. It goes up here, so I've just got to try and get my glasses to stay on my face and clean these up a little bit. Just try to figure out what bits. They all need waxed. All these bearings need waxed. Right, okay. I suppose that's quite a good idea, though. Using candle wax to lubricate the wooden bits. I mean, we're not going to get extremely high loads and high RPMs, I wouldn't expect with it, but it's, yeah. All right, so that's actually there's a wee nub on that I need to take out. Go, that's that one out. Clean that one up. You've all went really quiet. I am still broadcasting them, aren't I? I've also got, if I remember right, I've got a paper kit. Well, there's nowhere to put it just now, which is why I've not built it. One of these card kits that Frank got me of a German, trying to remember now, it was a specific building. I think it's just really warm in here with all the lighting on. I can imagine how a lot of people in the TV studios feel with all their TV lights and that on. Right, so that's that bit done. These go a very specific way around as well. Right. So a little bit of cleanup on this. Yeah. It doesn't look like it needs any more. Okay, so that's that bit. And the hole has to go. Whoop. The hole's offset on it. So the hole needs, or the journal needs to go to the bottom. Then we've got a little gear. Actually doesn't look too bad. I think I'll just try and a couple of wee bits that need cleaned up with a blade. That in there. Andrew's on. Evening, Terry. You need to try new Tamiya LP paints. They're really nice. Yeah, that's what I was on about. The new Tamiya lacquer paints. I tried to source some today, but he didn't have any. Mr. Jolly didn't have any, so I'll need to. I do have a supplier I can get them from. But I've been using them anyway because it's the stuff I decant for the Rattletons, Angie. So it's the same stuff. So I suppose I don't really need to try them. I've already been using them for years, just in a different format. They came in a tin because it's the same paints that were in the rattle cans. But yeah, I'll definitely need to give them a. There are certain colours, because I like doing all my bikes in lacquers, and decanting's a pain in the backside because you've got to degas it all and all the rest of it, and now you can buy it in nice little pots all ready for you to just thin down and spray. So I shall certainly be getting some, but I need to use up the current stock of rattle cans that I've got, but I haven't got all the colours I need, so obviously I'll just get them in there. It'll be interesting to see if the new any new kits that come out for Tamiya, whatever way you want to pronounce it, if they will list both the acrylic part number and the LP number for the lacquer instead of the TS numbers like we used to do for the rattle cans. Right, so then that's that bearing there. A wee bit of clean up on this one. Nothing much. Really accurate with the laser cutting. I am impressed. That one's not got much notch out in it though. There'll be a reason for it. The one that Chris is doing is quite impressive looking as well. Right, again, like the hole in that one is... I don't know if that's... Is that printed right? Seems awfully thin at one side, but okay. We'll go with it. That one goes like that. Then we have one more bearing surface. Yeah, LP paints. I'll need to do a bit more tidying up before I get any more stuff in. I mean, if I was to look at how long it takes me to actually build a kit, my production rate is really low because I'm really quite slow. The time it takes me to build a kit, the amount of kits I've got, I've probably got enough to last me until I kick the bucket. But like everybody else, you see the latest shiny thing and then you're like, yeah, I want it. Goodness knows what GB's Model Zones. God, take fucking eons to build all the stuff you've got, mate. A bit more Diet Cola. Hopefully it cools down a bit later on. Apologies. Diet Coke break. I've not got the physique to go with that, by the way, just to let you know. Lovely. Refreshing. Right. Let's see if we can get this all together. So, this is one end. Yeah, I've got orientated the right way. Any particular way for the bumpies? Doesn't show. So a bearing on first. And that's quite, oh, right, okay. So I've got to try and get it over that notch. That's fun. Oh, fucking hell. You will comply though. Have we got it over that bump? Offer. Ah, there we go. And now we've got another bump to get it over. Yeah. They're a bit tight. They do in the new Toyota GR Super Kit, right? So all the new kits are coming with the new listings in. That's good. Oh, that one's split. It's that tight. It's just a bearing though, so it should be all right. Oh, yep, it's split and coming away, but there's enough of it left, so that's all right. It'll be fine. Yeah, split bearing. Right, anyway. So that's that. And then we're into this part, which actually just goes over that. Not very well, but okay. And then the gear. How far does the gear go? Oh, this is all a bit.
Yeah, not very good. We're getting into the try to figure out the instructions type bit again. The gear has to go up far enough along. That goes into there. So you've got to try and judge the gear. Right, okay. Give it a go. Oh, it's this tight bit again. Why? What's the reason for it being tight? Let's just... make it a bit less tight. Right, so that goes that way. And that bit at the bottom, like that. So that's like that, that's like that. That's better, and then the gear can go along. Well, the gear floats, so that's good. But that actually goes... Ah, right, there's a mark in there where the gear goes. They've actually laser etched it, so that's where the gear goes, where it ends up. It's floating somewhat. Okay. And then we have... another one of these wee ones. Which hopefully doesn't split this time, as soon as I've taken it down a bit. Yeah, they're a bit tight there. Will you stop popping up, stupid thing? These are a bit tight and a bit fragile, so I'm not... Right, okay. And then that bit goes... Let's watch this bit. I forgot to watch it. A bit flimsy, these little bits. And then, let's see, we've got this right. That goes like that. That goes like that. So this needs to sit like so. And that goes over that one. Right, fair enough. And then we have the big end cap one. Right, okay. Which is a little bit tight. Oh, buggeries. Where is it? Can we get you on, mate? Oh, that's tight. But it has to go on far enough, and then I've got to drive in a little dowel of this. Okay. Fair enough. Sorry, it's not a highly exciting stream. But I have been wanting to build this for quite a while now. Now, you do have to watch it when you're putting this through. And when you cut it, it doesn't overlap. It doesn't overlap the actual... Right, okay. Oh, nearly one of my fluorescent tubes away there. And my glasses falling off my face. Yay! Right. So it's got a wee dowel in the end of it. Okay, stop it coming undone. That sits on there and butts against there. That's fair enough. Hopefully I've got these the right way around. That. And then I have to stick how many? 3 elastic bands through there. Right, let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3 elastic bandings. You just know this is going to go tits up, don't you? Through the end of here. Alrighty. Yeah. Right, okay. So let's get one through. Right, there's one. It'll probably be easier to stretch that one to get the next one through. Is that what you've got to do? I don't know. Let's stretch it on my finger. Make it thinner. See if we can get another one through. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2 through it. Stretch that over my finger. Or do I stretch it over? Yeah, it might be easier. Stretch that over my thumb. That one over my thumb. Like that. So I can stretch it and give me more room to put the elastic band in. Good thinking, Batman. That's the idea. Can I get the third one in? Oh, tell you, you're a clever man. Right, that over there. That over there. There we go. So is there any specific distance? Or will I just keep it equidistant? Oh, there we go. This is what it tells you to do. Elastic bandings. And then the journal up there. And the gear sits about there. And then this all turns round. Right, so the bit with the shortest. Oh, we're going into the frame now. Here we go. Right, so this bit goes here. This bit goes. Oh, it's a bit of a jiggle. Goes there. And the gear sits roughly about there. And that looks about right. And then we just have to press these in so they're fully home. Okay. So we have some sort of drive shaft thing going on. But I don't know quite what yet. I have a feeling that they'll loop round one of the pins or something. But yeah, this... does it turn freely? Yeah, it will do. Right, okay. Anyone got any tips from removing a grumpy cat from a hoodie? Have you got any cucumber? Failing that, splash it with water. Right, okay, so there's obviously a drivetrain going on here. Right. Let's see what the next bit is. Oh, right. This is right. This is involving elastic bands. I don't like this bit. All right. Okay. There's a big cross beam that comes across. Right. Okay. I see it. That the elastic band's attached to. Time for me to go spoon out. Catch you later, Lee. Thanks for popping in. Always a pleasure. As I say, I'm a bit of a night hawk, so yeah. This is my early. This is my awake time. Of course, the whole lockdown doesn't help with that because you don't know what day it is. You don't have to set an alarm to get up in the morning. Well, you can do, I suppose, if you were a normal person, but I don't. So you wake up, when you wake up, you don't know if it's the same day the next day or what time. If it's light outside, it might be daytime. Right. Hopefully the glass is not going to fall off now. This long part I need now, this part 25, is the elastic band retention mechanism doofrey. Of course, a doofrey is a Scottish word for a doofrey. Very good. Right. I'm guessing, like the other bits, I'm going to be much better teasing this out with the safety blade. Some decisive clicks there. Guess we'll be one up here, possibly. Yeah. Oh, and I think I caught them all. It jumped out. There we go. Perfect. So it's actually a cross member. This is part of the bike's. I think this is the bike's foot pegs and cross member type thing. So we'll soon see. As I say, I haven't looked forward in the instructions because I like to sort of. Normally with a bike I would, but I like the unknown. Make it a bit more entertaining. But I do like the snap fit nature of it all. Right, so I'll just take that little burr off there. And there's a couple of wee burrs on the bottom. Nice wee rubber dub to even the colour up. There we go. So this is obviously the foot pegs. Right. Now there's a specific way this goes in. So basically the bottom lip of the elastic band goes on this side and the top lip goes on that side by the looks of it. So oh, did they go around? They go around that. Right, okay. And then that hooks into there. Right. And does it go below the engine? It does. It goes below the crank. So, excuse me for being slightly off camera. So we've got 3 lucky bands. That have to go around that wee thing before that clicks into the frame. And the other, yeah, right, okay. So, how are we getting on with this? Better if they go that way. They will comply. eventually. They're a bit thick for the... Yeah. A little bit thick. A bit like me. And my glasses are just about to fall off my face. Excellent timing, glasses. Right, so that goes in there like that. Oh. And then these three, let's see if I can do them one at a time. Come over. One. Two. You will comply. Three. Near as damn it. And then this is supposed to... It's trapping one of those elastic bands. Is it only... These two are fine. Where's my... Somewhere on here. Let's just use a slightly larger cocktail stick, shall we? This one's trapping a bit and needs to go into that gap so that I can get this thing pushed in. Fiddly. Fiddly diddly. Right, okay. So it's obviously it's been pulled out of line just now with elastic bands, but this is obviously the foot pegs and stuff, and yep. And this will get wound up by the looks of it. And release, which drives it. Okay. That's its drive mechanism then. Very good. Right. So what else do I need? So I've done that bit, and now I have another gear to do. Which, where does that sit? It sits on this one. Oh, it's a big gear. It's a big sprocket, a ratchet and ball type thing. Ooh. Let's give it a gentle wiggle at first to see. I can see a couple of little times where I haven't done the laser cut. So I've got one there. Oh, another one there. Another one there. This is some really accurate laser cutting, this. And there. Let's see if I can see the same on the other side. Only just. Wow. Sorry if this is whiting out a bit. My old man eyes, I've got it up quite close to my face so I can see what I'm doing. There's another one. It's there. Should give me enough to start wiggling it a bit. There we go. The gear has been released, so I need that. That's a lovely bit of laser cutting that. Right, what else do I need? Part 27 and a couple of wee dowels. And also part 29. I see 29. 29's up here. Yeah, so definitely very therapeutic, these kits. Good fun. All right, a few sweary words at elastic bands and that, but you know, it is just smooth. He does that. Talking about myself in third person, that's a bit strange. I need to get out more. Is the other one this way by any chance? Soon find out. Right, where's my poker? Yeah, you're going to come. You're going to go. I can see it on the other side. There's one there. And there's one just up in there. See if we can wiggle you out. Yeah. I'm going to have to use my poke device. Pardon me. There we go. Oh, it's back in again. Right, so I need that bit and that bit. And we also need a part number 27, which is up here. Okay, that should be a nice easy wee wiggle. Yep. Part 27. Anything else? No. So those two parts and a couple of the cocktail sticks that are cut in half. Or are there any left? Well, there's one. Because it did tell me to cut in half a particular number. There's the other. That's fine. Well, just a wee bit of a clean off on this gear. So I'm reckoning this is some sort of ratchet and pull system that'll, as you wind the elastic band up, it'll click, 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 click till you flick a latch and then it'll go. Sound effects are optional. A little bit of the teeth broke off there when we're moving it, so okay, but there's enough there to catch it. And the cat shit's just a little bit bigger than the mouse shit. Right, okay. Right. Okay, so we have one gear wheel orientated that way. Give this a little clean up. Yeah, it says I've got to put wax on this bit as well. Okay. A little bit of wax. Christ, on a bike, this heat's going from it. It's warm here as well. Fraser, and I've got obviously a lot of lights round about me so you guys can see what I'm doing. So I do have a little fan that's blowing a nice little bit of cool air about, but it's very muggy tonight. I think it's supposed to be more rain tomorrow. But you know, that's like typical Scottish weather. It was tops off weather yesterday. Right, so a bit of wax on that. Give this bit a little bit of clean up just so that it goes together properly. This is looking like a bit of space for an elastic band in it. Well, there's other elastic bands left, so yeah, I can imagine it will be. Right, so this goes through from the back of here, like so. Oh, and it looks like it goes flush. Okay. It will. Yeah, that's nice and flush. Bits falling out of the because the elastic band's not holding them in. Right, so that shaft goes from the back of the gear like that. And then we have this goes over also. And so that was a bit we waxed, so I'll put a bit more wax on there. And then we drive a couple of dowels through it also. And then cut them flush, I believe. Yeah. So if I get them doweled together as well. You reckon? I don't. I think I'll have to sand them down a bit.
Rained a little this morning at work, took a little bit to tweak the bush of the hair. Yeah, you've got some mop on you, haven't you, Fraser? He's got a bit of a...
Yeah. Interesting hairstyle. Not that I can say anything about anybody's hairstyles. So I'm just sanding down these cocktail sticks a bit because although they're going in as a dowel fit, they're not exactly round and yeah. Right, so let's see if we can get... That needs to go through there. That needs to go through there. And then we've got to try and get them in a bit. Yeah. It would be better if I had something to hit it on that had a hole in it. I do actually. I could. I'll persevere for the moment. They're a bit tight and a bit long. A bit thick and a bit long. Oh, Jesus. Hey, danger. What about the edge of the bench? Give me 2 seconds, guys. I'm off camera a wee bit. Use the edge of the bench That's better. They're in. That's flush. So these need to get snippied off. We've got a rattling somewhere about the room. Let's just neaten those up.
Hairstyle implies there's thought put into it.
There's no thought put into my hair whatsoever. I just have bed head. That's usually what I've got. Oh, it's wax. I wondered what that was there. Right, so this is all nice and flush. Excellent. Or near as done it. Pardon me, I don't know if you heard that. I was rifting away there. Better out than in. Yeah, so everyone's pinned together with little dowels. Clever idea. Right, so that's flush like that, and this now goes through where? Oh, is it the other piece of the frame? That doesn't say 26. What was can you tell me what one that is? Wait a minute. I think the first frame was number 1, the second frame is number 26, so it is the other part of the frame. Okay, so I need to clean that up then. Yeah, that makes sense, because then it goes in. It goes in there. The big gear. Well, Stuart Bremner's in. How you doing, Stuart? You're having a quick tea break, your own nights. You shouldn't have too many repairs now if they're unlimited services with the trains. Let's have a wee natter if you're on a tea break. Live from Smooth Towers. Hiya, Stuart. I've got the old Papa Smurf going on at the moment. How you keeping the... Obviously, you're still working if you're you service the trains and that, don't you? That's nearly 2 litres of Diet Coke I've drunk sitting here. I'll be farting all night. Right, I might as well file this while I'm chatting. Yeah, a lot of folk will be going to bed now because it's, what time is it? 20 past 12. So it looks like we're working on the other bit of the frame now. Quite real impressed with this little kit. It's lovely. Wonderful. Oh, that was the other thing I heard in the news tonight. It's maybe a bad thing for me, but they're going to allow drive-throughs to open up again in Scotland. Oh, McDonald's, you better hurry up. I hope they're ready to. I hope they're ready to rock and roll at McDonald's in Bathgate. I'll be in there. Bit funny doing a drive-through on a motorbike though. It's just like, right, my rucksack's open, just dip it in. You're still battling your way through plastic aircraft kits. I've got something to do as well, but Yeah, but I'm like, buy stuff in and then I didn't actually build anything, or I very rarely build anything. I'm a bad man. I've got all these wonderful kits. I need to start building some of them. I'm quite lucky in many aspects. I've built up quite a collection over a long period of time, and they're just sitting there gathering dust, or ones I've started. And yeah, I like the sticking together of the plastic more than the painting. Although I'm getting into the painting bit, but my definite least favourite part of a model is the decals. Just a thing. Get better at them, but yeah. Paint it lovely, and then you get to do the decals, and it's like... Right. So, second part of the frame, which obviously goes on here. Wait a minute. Right, like that. Right, leave all this up with wax, right? Okay, hold on, where's my wax? Some wax. Oh, no, in the bench camera, am I? What? You can't see what I'm doing. Smooth as a fool. There we go. Let's go back to the bench camera. There we go. That's better. Yeah, so I'm waxing my holes at the moment. There we go. Let's just wax this hole as well. Give this hole a wee wax. That's got a wee wax. I think that's all my holes wax. This is definitely coming through for this side. So I'm assuming that's on the inside. So that's going to click against something, that wheel, that gear. Very good. Right. Obviously I can't put the two frame halves together yet till I get this elastic band issue sorted out. Let's see what the next step is. You found some relics while cleaning out your room. GTA 2 and Resident Evil for the PS1. I haven't played Resident Evil. I played some of the GTA stuff. Oh, this looks interesting. What on the earth is this? It's the other side. Oh, right, okay. We're building some sort of ratchet and pull mechanism here. So we need off of the one that had all the frames on. So this one. No, that's the one with all the tyres on. It's this one. Right. Oh, Frankie's in. Good morning. How you doing, Frankie? Oh, Metal Gear Solid. I liked that. My mate had a PlayStation. I do like Metal Gear Solid. That's a good game. I liked that one. Never had a PlayStation. I've always been a PC gamer. I've got an original Xbox. What am I looking at here? I need this part, number 70. I've got an original Xbox a bit by accident because as the Xbox 360 was coming out, I had said to my wife at the time, oh, I'd like an Xbox for Christmas, thinking she would get me the new, at the time, Xbox 360. What did she get me? She got me the old one. So I've got an original. She got me it because it was cheaper. So I've got an original Xbox. There's a few good games for it, like. But I've got an original Xbox. You could imagine my face on Christmas Day when I opened up my presents, expecting an Xbox 360, and there was an original Xbox there, and she saw my face drop. She's like, well, it was cheaper. Aye, obviously, it's the old model. Some women just don't get it. Right. So it's that one and that one. And then there's a system of, what else do I need? Because there's lots of bits now, I'm getting confused. Right, 4 parts 30, 8 parts of 30. 8 parts of 30, which are on here. Okay. Yeah, so that's, my daughter enjoyed it. Let's see if I can get my glasses back in my face. Crash Bandicoot. Never played that, Fraser. Oh, Frankie's saying, last night shift, hope it's ending soon. Oh, good for you. You'll be busy. Frankie's on the ambulances in Germany, eh? So yours the last night shift as well. Finish at 4:30 in the morning, 4 days off. Oh, that's no bad then, 4 days off. Right, I just know this is going to go wrong, all these wee fiddly bits. Right. I need 4. 4 and 4. There's obviously more. Interesting gear system. That's got to be free turning and okay. What's right, that's just getting me confused now. We've got right, okay. Right, so let's get these little you just know these are going for the carpet monster. Definitely carpet monster stuff. The little gear teeth. Oh, right, there's 2. We'll just try breaking them. Right, then that one. Oh, maybe not. It needs a little bit of assistance. Oh, nearly carpet monster. Oh, fucking hell. Right, okay, that's another 2 gear teeth. Fiddly little bits. Don't know how strong these would be as gear teeth actually, would have just been the ply, yeah, if it delaminates or anything, but there we go. Right, 8 gear teeth, 2 gear wheels. 7:05 in the morning. You're about an hour ahead here, so at the moment here, Frankie, it's midnight. So are you 1:30 now? And then you get 2 days off. Hope you're all okay. Doing all right. Just was bored, so thought I would do a bit of live streaming, bit of banter with some of the old regulars are popping in, which is very nice. Yeah, we're all doing it. I tell you what, Frankie, I like that the car you're doing just now, but that photo you've got up on now. I'm trying to remember if I can screen share. Let's see if I can pull it up. Give me a second. It's been a while since I've used this technology. See if I can find it first. Let's see if I can do this. I'll go onto there and I go into Smooth Cave. See if I can get this working. Oh, that's not what I was wanting to do, you stupid thing. Right, okay. Right. If I can click on that.
Now, can I bear with me? Share screen. All right, there's a bug with it. Right, let's see. Can you see that, guys? Right now, I'm just. Can you see? I can't see if you can see that, but that's. It makes it look like a real car. Hopefully, that's showing up. The picture of his car. Can you see that, or is it not working? Yeah, it makes it look like a bloody real car. I just love that background. Right, so I'll stop sharing now, and then hopefully it's back to my bench. Is it? Hello. It's a while since I've used this, so bear with me. I just like Frank's got this backdrop of a garage in that, and the angle he's taking the photograph. You think the car was real, but it's not. Oh, I'm drinking so much cola. Yeah, that should be back to me again if I've got this right. Yeah, I just thought it was pretty nifty actually. Yeah, so that's Frankie Goes to Hobbywood that's building that one just now. Was that a Mazda MX-5 Roadster or something? Something like that. And it's not even got the clear coat on it yet. I need to learn how to do all these backdrops and that, because I think if you've got a nice background for your photograph, some people are really good with, you know what they call forced perspective. They take a photograph of their model, but it's against a real background. But the way they've done all the setup and everything, it looks real. Yeah, I suppose that in a way that's forced. Get my teeth in. That's forced perspective as well. What Frank did there. I'm not a very clued up person on camera techniques and stuff, as you can tell. Got a nice wee bridge camera, but I used it for work. I never really did much with it. Oh, it's cardboard walls with printed paper. That's clever then. Very clever. Oh, hold on. What's Stuart saying? Just finished a Chematic 148 scale OV1A Bronco and halfway through an Edward 148 Focke-Wulf 190. Nice kit but fill front end. I've got a few 148 plane kits that I'm going to be doing at some point. Yeah, I seen that photo the other morning and I thought I like the way he's taking that picture with the garage background. So that's just cardboard and a print. There you go. That's how it's done. Excellent. I do like stealing other people's ideas, especially when it comes to trying to photograph a model. You can buy backdrops, but I suppose just print it off on an A4 sheet of paper if you've got a colour printer.
Alright, so this is the little gear wheels. So I've got two of these. Small one, which I would assume will go onto the end of the crankshaft, and the other one will go onto something that's yet to be made. I'm assuming. Last time I assumed something that made an ass out of you and me. So. Right, so I've got 8 of these to tidy up. Yeah. This is more like 1/35th scale modelling. I'll just take the wee lug off it, because then I've got to use a tool and press fit these into the gears. I better make sure this bottom bit's flat. Right, that's one tiny bit done. 7 more.
What are you saying? You can, but this set as photo booth. Well, you can buy it. That set as a photo booth, but you just made your own. Yeah. Well, when I rearrange my man cave, I'm going to bring a second bench in, and I might be able to do stuff like that. I'll be able to, I'll have my workbench like this, and I can set up for taking photographs. Would a cardboard box work as a budget spray booth? Yeah, a lot of people used to do that. The problem is, yeah, it's going to stop all the overspray going all over the place, but you would need to use a mask because there's no fan for extraction. So yeah, it would stop overspray. Some people actually just spray at the bench if it's acrylics. They just put down kitchen paper and spray away at their bench. But I mean, you've really got to wear a mask when you're doing that. Stuart's got to go. The boss man sneaking about. Catch you soon. See you later on, Stuart. The wee spray booth I've got, they've went up in price a bit now. It's all right. I really want one of the better ones. It's not got enough cubic feet per minute throughput, but because I tend to use lacquers now, it's all right for acrylics. You're supposed to wear a mask when spraying, but I do when I'm doing lacquers, and that's with an extraction system. But most of you might be all right, because if you're diluting your Games Workshop paints with water and flow improver and stuff rather than using alcohol, you're still going to need a mask because you're going to get little bits of particulates. I always remember when I was training as a mechanic and you had to go into the body shop, whatever colour they were spraying a car, when you blew your nose, that was the colour your bubbles were. So yes, you could use a cardboard box to stop overspray as a budget solution. But I would advise wearing a respirator mask that will, there's a term for them, there's a certain grade of mask that spray painters use, that stops particulates coming through. You would need to get yourself some masks to be 100% safe. But as I say, there's people that'll spray and they don't worry about it. But all those little particles are floating about in the air and you're going to breathe them in. So, and saying that, when I was younger, training as a mechanic, an apprentice mechanic, at the time all the brake linings were still asbestos, and we used to blow them out with air lines, and yeah. It's the old fashioned, never done me any harm. Then you get to 70 and you've got fucking lung problems, COPD and things like that.
I think I've got the start of it with smoking, but I think if I start doing some exercise, that may help once the restrictions lift a little bit. There's some nice walks round about here apparently, but I don't know the area that well. And it's not really been that nice weather for me to go wandering off. Plus, I'm self-shielding because I'm in an elevated risk category. So what the hell are you supposed to do? Eh? The advice from my doctor is don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Which is why I don't I can understand them not wanting me to go out my motorbike, because if I come off, then I'm putting the NHS under additional strain because they're having to deal with the aftermath of me coming off a bike. But at the same point, you're socially distanced when you're out on a bike and you're getting fresh air, and so we'll see. There's all different advice coming out from different motoring organisations. I'm a member of the Institute of Advanced Motorcyclists, so they're quite good at updating us on their site about that. Right, now this little tool, I don't think I'll need these cocktail sticks in. That's better. It's specially shaped to push these tiny, you're probably not going to see them, tiny little gear things in. But you've got to try and get them a certain way and flush. So, right, this is where I'll probably swear. I've got to try and push that into there. Oh, it looks so easy it helps if you do it square, Terry. Looks so easy in the picture. Oh, for crying out loud. Yeah. Right. Just to give it a bit of an easier time. Suppose if I overdo it and they go floppy, I could use wood glue, but yeah. Yeah, that. How is. I know it's supposed to be an interference fit, but.
It's almost delaminating. What's Angie saying? Started with a cardboard box spray booth till I saved up for a Spar Max. You've just raided the biscuit cupboard. You're a bad man.
Not allowed to talk about biscuits at this time of night. I've not got any biscuits in, and there's nowhere I can get biscuits at this time of night. Oh, this is a bit. A bit tricky, this. Little fragile bits of. Oh, it's going. Is it going? It's going. Fucking hell, that's tight. It's not going in straight, though. And I don't know what to break there. Still got a bit to go. Okay, all right. So that gives you a little. Oh, sorry.
Gives you a little gear tooth. Yeah, those are fun.
Can't beat that, Fraser. Are you having a coffee? Is that all you've got? Or cups of tea for Fraser? I haven't had a cup of coffee or a cup of tea for months. I've got coffee and tea in that I can have if I want to have it, but I've been trying to stay off it because I have a habit of I like 2 sugars in mine. And the problem with that is when you're a diabetic, you don't really want to be taking sugar. So, yeah. This needs a bit more off of it. Yeah, these are fiddly, these little gear teeth things. Even with the applicator. They're a little bit, just a little bit on the tight side. Just making a few adjustments. And obviously not want to split the ply as well. It's a bit. It's one of those, isn't it? Clever though. Oh, we may have progress here.
Let's see if we can get this.
This one, it. Oh, God, that one's stabbing into my fingers. Oh, it's going in. It's not quite flush, so let's flushify it. It will comply. Right, okay. 2 tiny little gear teeth. Then get in there. Really warm. Oh, pardon me. You think he would break it? I don't know. I think you've probably got a delicate touch, Frankie. If you can do 1/35th scale trumpeter military kits, you'll have no bother with something like this. The only thing that's a bit fragile is it being 3-ply and then you've got tiny little sharp tips. It's like, yeah, okay. You don't want to force it too much. I certainly don't think you could get them in without the little tool that they provide. Right, let's see if we can get this one started. Oh, that's looking promising. And then we get the special tool. So we can get started. Oh, it's at a bit of an angle. That's not much good. Oh, that's going in. Oh, a little bit of delamination there off of something. Let's get it flat and square. Give it a bit more. It's a definite push in, but it needs leveled out a bit. There we go. Another one done.
So 1 more gear to put in.
Just Slowly but surely catches monkey, yeah? I do like these little diamond files, they're lifesavers. Right, a bit more off of that. Are we nearly there?
Nearly there, Dad.
There's a tool. There we go. Fiddly, fiddly. I've got big sausage fingers as well, but yeah, there we go. Right. Oh, what's happened? I pushed one of the other ones out. Oh, God. Evans and Murgatroyd's even. This one still needs to go in, but it needs to get leveled off a bit. Let's try and. This needs pushed back in a bit more. There's this one. Definitely fiddly. I think that's them. Little gears done. Right, so that's that one, and then I've got to do the same with this one. What's the fit like on this? Pretty much the same as the other one. I've got to
Give it a bit of a clean up.
the laser's not quite got it square. It's kind of rounded. I suppose that's for the interference fit, but yeah. It just makes it a little bit tight. Yeah, that. Maybe. Let's give it a go. I think on this one side, that needs to come out more. One side is flush and the other one sits slightly proud, so it's not the same width. Is it? Or is that just what that picture was showing? Roasting. Right. That's looking like I might get that started. Where's the tool? There it is. Right. Let's see if we can get this party started. It's way tight. Let's give it a go though. Nah. That needs a bit more. They're such small pieces, and obviously if I break it, I'm not going to be able to fix it. I suppose there's spare bits of wood for cutting new ones, but yeah, I've not got a laser cutter. I think that's a bit out of. Oh, And it went there. It's definitely in. It's not very square. It's a bit down on one side. Fiddly. Right, so you'll find that one side sits nice and flush, and the other side sits slightly raised, and it does show you that in the diagram, so I'll go with that. I've got more patience than you. It's funny, I've got zero patience for quite a lot of stuff. But other things I can just sit and get totally lost in them for hours. Just. It's not bad for 79 pence a bottle. Co-op Diet Coke. Damn sight cheaper, and it's £2 for a 2 litre bottle of ordinary cola now. It's mental. Right. Let's do another one. 3 more to go. Just a bit of a square off to start with. Just going to need a bit more off of it than that. Absolutely tiny, these wee bits. Fraction more. Yeah. Tiny wee buggers, like. Right, we're maybe at about the right stage now to give this one a go. Are we getting any purchase? A bit out of... Oh, here we go. Okay. Actually, that one looks really good. This one looks a bit suspect. There we go. Yeah, they're really small. Right, next one. Good old-fashioned carpentry, I suppose, when you're talking about, using interference fits and all that. I do like woodwork. I did like it at school. Don't know if any of you were ever lucky enough to have a high school that had a technical department that had a lathe. I like all these. I'm semi-skilled on lathe in Bridgeport. I worked for a small firm for a while that made printed circuit board testing jigs. So you used to have to use a CNC machine to drill all the holes out and then make the jigs, and all the guide pins and that you used to have to make yourself on a lathe, and it's good fun. And it's not a trade though, it's just something I've picked up as I went along. A bit like when I used to cast molten aluminium. It's not rocket science, but it's just an interesting job, something different. I think this one's about ready to give us some. Yeah, come on, a bit more. And you're a bit. Which is the flush side? That's the flush side, so I want that to go. That. Needs to go in a bit more. Excuse me, sorry for coughing in your ears. I've got a bit of a dry throat. Right, so I just need to make sure that all those flush ones is flush, and then there's one more to do. Right, so that's all flush, that's flush. They're slightly raised, that's okay. One more to go.
High school had a lathe. Wasn't the best. Wasn't the worst either. I like working with metal. As my preference. Not knocking on
Terry's bench. We know a song about that, don't we, Billy? One more gear tooth. Tell you what, you would think, oh, I'll have this done in no time at all. Mind you, I'm yapping away and stuff. Certainly, a kit like this is going to give you a few good evenings worth of something to do in a lockdown. Not having done one before, I had no experience of the company, and obviously they're not promoting this in any way or whatever. Certainly recommend them as something to try. If you can build a scale styrene model, it's the same kind of skills. They would have no bother doing one of these, I don't think. Oh. But as some of you say, you need a bit of patience. But you need a bit of patience when you're doing models anyway, if you're making scale models. Oh, that seems to be in. Right, which is the flush side? The bottom one, that's the flush side. So I just need to make sure. One side of it has got to be totally flush. Another side, they're slightly raised. So I think that's that gear. I've got a bit more to. I've got a bit more to push in on this one. Right. That's the flush side. Right, okay. Right, what else do I need? So I've got that made, that made. I need to blow my nose. How are we doing for time, guys? 1 o'clock in the morning. I've been on for
2.5 hours, that's not too bad. I shall carry on a little bit longer. So I've done the 2 gear wheels. I need part 53, which is on here, I think. Anybody see a 53? There we are, up here. Go. 53. That's tops. Give that a wee clean up as well. What this shirt? Lib what? Lib the gear. Really? Okay. No, I'm going to have to lube this bit. Right, small bit goes on first, but it's got... Oh, lube the inside edge of it. Right, okay. On the... Oh, that bit's moved. On the side that you're going to have running against the frame. Right, so I'll take the candle X and I'll move that bit up like that. I'm assuming that's what it means. And then I need to feed it over. Right, let's see. That like that. Oh, great. Is this where we find out that things don't fit? We didn't get that burr off properly. Yeah.
What's happening in the chat?
Nothing much. Everybody's fell asleep. That's better. So then that sits flush in there and it should be easy to turn.
Oh, it's easy-ish.
I suppose. Should I have... I should probably have waxed the inside of that. Yeah, I'm thinking so. Wax the inside of this big gear as well. Just to give it a bit of a chance. Because it's just wood rubbing on wood. That way, and that's rubbing on there. So let's just give it a bit of a wee bit of a wax. So when that goes through there, it's going to be a bit smoother. Yeah, so definitely pay heed to the advice on using wax. Which side's the flush side now? I can't even see. And it's that one. And then all the wee gear teeth go out of line as soon as you press it on. Yeah, excellent. So that turns a bit better.
So it's definitely free. And you say, I'll just be looking for one of them kits. Do you know they do a heavy boy truck that you might be?
They do a lot of stuff. The only ones I've seen are there's a Grand Prix car. I don't know if it's a treasure box or a model safe. It's probably, sorry for the flickering. The treasure box, I think, is the one that Chris, the Gross Model's doing, because he's a clockmaker anyway, so that's up his street. And there's a model truck there. I don't know if that's the one you're on about, but as I say, I didn't buy it. I was giving it for a Christmas present, and yeah, great wee bit of fun. Right, so let's see if I can figure this out. See, then it tells you to slide that on and that on, but then doesn't show you it on. Ah, right, okay. That's on the other side of that then. Actually, no, I'm puzzled again. Wait a minute. Have I got this the wrong way round? It's one of those. It's not very clear, is it? Right. Yeah, some of these are a bit like, I'm trying to remember, there was certain model kit instructions where you had to go 2 or 3 pages on to figure out exactly what it was. Yeah, that goes onto there like that. So I've got that right. And then the big one just goes over it, does it? Right, okay. And the ratchet bit does go inside. Okay. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. So this one then goes over this one. Alrighty then. Still here, Wi-Fi's acting up. I've noticed since the lockdown, obviously, because there's more people stuck at home and stuff, that, yeah, our broadband infrastructure is not all that great. It turns, but I don't know if that's free enough. Let's just give it a bit more of a... Is it free enough for an elastic band to push it round and round and round and round? And this is obviously going to sit on there, and then that... Oh, right, so that gear's driven by that, and it's not even the same shape. Right, okay. There's a bit of free play in it. It's a bit rough, but So it's going to have to overcome quite a bit of friction before it does anything. Not that I'm going to be scooting it about anyway, but I mean, it'd be nice for when you wind it up and it does actually go. Because the elastic band's got to overcome the resistance on that. But then I suppose it's not got its other bearing on the other side. Right, okay. Stop yapping, Terry, and get it installed. So I need to wax this. That goes over there. I've already got that linked up to there and that up to there. It's then wanting me to join the two things together, which I can't do because I haven't got the top elastic band bit figured out. But that's fine because I can go into other parts. So let's just get this bearing on there, and because this is obviously going to be going, yeah, there's got to be something over that. Right. So that's that, that's that, that's that. We have another piece to put in the front of here. Okay, we'll give that a go before it goes together. So basically this will be going onto there once I get that elastic band thing sorted out, which I shall try and do off camera because it's a bit of a fiddly pain in the bum thing. Right, so I need another piece, part 32, which is also in this big, is it 32? Yeah, that's a big stand or something. Right, where's my safety blade? Right, this bit. Right, so there's one there.
Sorry, it's slightly to the side of the camera.
Do you need the wax for the working parts? Yes, Frankie.
Yeah, it actually tells you in the instructions. Wait a minute, what's this? No, it's like the Revel one you're halfway through.
Oh, Peterbilt. That's a dog of a kit. I'll get it done eventually, but it's one of those slow burners. The funny thing about it is there's quite a lot of interest in the build on the YouTubes, and I haven't done anything to it for ages because it's a piece of key kit for the 60s or whatever it is. That'll look good when I finished it. That Peterbilt will not be finished anytime soon. I mean, yeah. So it's as big as that, but it's a wooden one. Might be interesting. It's a bit flimsy, this bit. Taking a little bit more time over trying to remove it. There's something in here blocking it, I think. There we go. A bit persevering. Yeah, so they advise you to have a wax candle. So I've got a bit of apple scented wax off a candle. Yeah, just they're not perfectly round, the bearings, and but put the wax in, there's a wee bit less resistance, I suppose. Obviously, when you're squeezing two bits of wood together and all that, and there's big gears turning against it, you're going to need some sort of a lubrication. So it's quite clever. I thought at first I might get away without using wax because I couldn't for the love of me think last time I used a candle. Right, so right, so there's one sticky bit. What? Yeah. Right, so that goes. Where does it go? It goes in there, and then it turns round. Is it? I don't know. Oh, you're joking. Is this a stand or something? Yeah, it's a stand that you can have up or down, I guess. All right, okay. That's that. Yeah, that's a stand, and then you've got the... Okay, that's fair enough. It's then asked me to put the two halves together, which I can't do until I fix that elastic band bit, so that's not happening now. That's all we do after the two halves are together. Oh, fuel tank. Well, we start with the fuel tank. That'll be a bit of fun. Because I can't do that bit or that bit or that bit until I do the elastic band and stick that bit together. So we're going to go and do a sub-assembly. So I'm going to gently move this out the way a bit and move on to the tank pieces. I think that'll be a bit of fun. Right. 33, 34 and 35. And they are on the wheels one. 35, 34, 33. Are you sure? Well, there's 34. Ah, right, I see them. I see them. I see them. Yeah. So that's basically the two halves of the frame ready to go together. As I say, I'll get that elastic band issue sorted out and do that later. But I'm now moving on to construction of the fuel tank. Since I'm held up with that elastic band, you really don't want to see me fiddle farting about with elastic bands for ages. Although I do appear to have the drivetrain one all done, which is good. Right. I've got to try and get 33, 34, there's 30 and 35 out. Right, okay. Let's see. Sometimes you can actually see it better on the reverse. Ah, there we go. Certainly noticed that you can see where the little bits are that they've not cut with a laser. Right, so I need to look there, there, and there. There. There, and somewhere up the middle here. There we go. Right, so what bit's that? That was 33. Might as well clean it up as I go away. Yeah, so this is 1/10 scale. It's not bad. Right, okay, 33. And then we'll be nailing these together with cocktail sticks, I think. This is the quickest I've seen you build, Terry. You're all getting cheeky bastards, you know that? You try to say I'm a slow builder or something? I think that's shocking. I do resemble that remark, but I think it's shocking. You've not got to paint it first or anything, so you just clean it up and stick it together. It's actually the bit I enjoy most. Right, that was 33. 34 is there. Flip it over, see where the nibs is. It seems to be the way. Yeah, there's 2 there. And there's 1 there. Two at the bottom, 1 at that one. See if we can get this to start playing ball. Yep, that's that one out. Let's get that big clean up whilst we're here. And there's a wee one there, that's right. Right, so that's 33, 34. I now need a 35. It's that one. That one there. Flip it over. Let's see if we can see where the nubs is. There we go. 35. Right, there's 1 there. And another 1 there. Can't really see if there's any others. Or will I break them out as a pair? Oh no, that came out really easy. Okay, excellent. My file. Who's got my file? Oh, there it is. It's not such a nice place to put the nubs, those ones. Right, so I have these 3 parts. Right, I've just noticed a trick there that I never noticed earlier on. It's telling you when you put the cock and tail sticks in to wax them. Suppose you could. Shall I try waxing them? Here's my bit of wax. Oh, my wax is going, Danielson. It's there it is. It waxed off. There we go. All right, let's try the little bit of wax. That's what these ones have already been through on my test jig anyway. Let's try putting a little bit of wax on the cocktail sticks to see if they go through better. Right. Now this way. And there, like that. It then goes through that one. And then it goes through this one. Let's see if I can skewer myself. Right, I'm going to use, I've got something here that I can use. Oh, that wasn't my back creaking, that was this old chair I've got. Right, I've got a thing called a jeweler's block. Nice heavy bit of metal. You might wonder why I've got a jeweler's block. I've got a bike build that I'll be doing sometime. That requires me to rivet chain links together. Now, does this have to be flush? It doesn't really show you. Right, so that's those three parts together with those sticking out there. Let's flip forward. It tells you to cut them flush at the top. So are we going right in, or what are we? I assume so. Yeah, a lot of it's guesstimation. Right, I'll just give them in a bit, drive them in a bit more. That jeweler's block's handy for knocking them in before cutting them flush. Gives me something better to, with my little toffee hammer, gives me something a bit better to knock the dowels in with. I'm not worried about the old woman down the stairs and me banging my hammer at 1:32 in the morning because she used to play music till all bloody hours. So bugger her. Right, now I need, there we are, hiding my snips. So let's go for a pa-ting and a pa-ting and a pa-ting and another pa-ting. Where is me? There it is. So let's just make these flush. If I can. I might need a sharper safety blade actually. Oh no, it's getting it. Cocktail sticks are made out of bamboo, I believe, and they're a bit tricky sometimes to cut. Very neat fixture method without glue though. I suppose you could use wood glue and stuff, but I mean that's well pinned together using good old-fashioned dowel and technology. So I expect that'll probably be a front of the tank or something like that. I'm not a believer in this cut away for yourself nonsense. You always get a better cut if you cut towards yourself, especially if you're trying to cut your thumb off. Yeah, this cut away, you have less control. Always cut towards myself. Something I've always done. Don't know, do you guys have a preference safety wise? I mean, they always say cut away from yourself, but
I have a tendency to
cut towards myself. Right, so that's part of the tank assembly. 3 parts, knocked together, cocktail sticks, cut the ends off. That's that assembly. Right, so I need part 36 now, which is a big ladder frame type assembly, which I think is on this one. So where's 36? It's going to be staring me in the face. Oh, there it is. That's it there. Move my jeweler's block off to the side for the moment. Give myself some room. See if we can see where it's slightly off camera, so apologies for that, but I'm trying to see where the little nubs are. There's definitely one there. And there's one there. Oh, that's a definite good dunk. There's one there. I think there's one there. Let's reverse it. Yeah, one there. I mean, they say just to use this little tool to break them out, but I've been tending to find it's, you know how plywood frays at the edges and splits and delaminates? That using this safety blade is definitely the way to go. Right, that should just fall out, and it has. Excellent. Right, so this looks like the main fuel tank structure piece. So I'll just give this a little bit of a clean up, get those nubs away. Right, so with it sitting like so, the part we have just put together, it's a peg and hole system. I like that. So it should, in theory, let's try a little bit of universal adjustment. Yeah, probably not the best thing to do with the neighbours down the stairs, but buggered it. Right, so that's part of the tank, and it's all just friction fit, interference fit. 3 parts I've made together onto there. So what happens to the next bit? Oh, we have 38 and 37 that we need, and it's suggesting for the tabs when I'm putting it together, probably rather than me knocking it together, to put wax on them. So I might try that with the next one, but that's certainly got a grip. That certainly seems to be all the way in. So put the jeweler's block off to the side again. Right, what's that in the chat? Not first on health and safety. I know I should be given a job I might be getting, but if it cuts good, I'll do it. I just find you've got more control, even if you're using a craft knife and you're taking nubs off. I tend to do it towards myself like that. When you're going away for yourself, you've no control. That's just my personal thing. There'll be people screaming at me, "No, cut away!" Definitely prefer cutting towards myself. Right, so next parts I need to remove are 37 and 38, which are not on this one, they're on this one. So 37, that's going to have nubs up here, I reckon. There. It's got 2 silly ones in the corners. I know that from removing the last one. So I'll be a bit more careful this time because it roughs the edges up. You can't really cut on a curve. The craft knife is just a bit too big. I'll try and nick it a bit. Yeah, don't put nubs on a curve in a wooden kit, please. You've done it all the way along there. That's a bit of feedback. Don't like that idea. It just causes problems. And leaves you a really rough edge. Right. Yeah, a bit untidy. But that's all right. Go back into your card and put them on the flats or on the sides, not in the corners. So that was 37, and it says to put a little bit of wax on the bits it's going through, so I might as well, I'll give it a try. See if it makes it any easier. Easier to go in. Does it? Nah. Load of bollocks. Hammer time, that's the best way. 38. Well, that's a biggie there. Biggie. A biggie. Got a big broad fuel tank, that, right. 38. Right, where have we put them this time? So we've got a couple here. Okay, fair enough. And one here. And then we've got ones in the corners again. Yuck. Bad. Don't put knobs on curves. Sometimes feel that as well, that when people are designing, model kits on CAD, they don't think about the person that has to make it. They just go, oh, that works. It's a bit like car designers. I've always had a bugbear with car designers. They'll design a beautiful engine that's got X amount of horsepower and all that, and obviously somebody else is designing the body shell of the car, and then they get to the point like, oh, we need to put a starter motor in it. Right, we'll put it and go into his CAD, and they'll put it tucked away in a recessed area that you can't actually get to when the engine's in the car, and you've got to take the engine out the car to put a starter motor in it. It's that kind of thing that bugs me a little bit. Lack of forethought. Ooh, that's a big word, Terry. A bit of sandage. I will give them their due, though. The nubs are really, really small. Put the wax on as I've asked, but yeah. Right, and that goes like that on there. Will it push in? I'll try pushing it in, but yeah, my neighbour's not going to like me, is she? She's definitely not going to like me. There we go, that's that in. Just as a matter of interest. And that's obviously going to sit like that on the bike. It's going to be quite a big beastie of a tank, which will, I'm assuming, it's going to use a hole somewhere like Read the instructions, Terry, but you know, one side of it's going to go like that. That'll be the holes that will mount on, so it's going to be quite an impressive. I like that. Right, so I've done all those, so I guess we're going up to the next biggest one, probably 39. Yeah, it shows you there. It's just built up in sections after sections. Right, that's a bit strange. After you've got quite a lot of them together, they want you to tap cocktail sticks in back to front. Really? Fool.
Time is it? How are we doing for time? 1:46. I've been on for over 3 hours. What I shall do is I shall put this away, I think, for another evening. I don't really want to be making much more banging at this time of night. My poor neighbour downstairs, even if she did keep me awake numerous nights. Let's just go back onto me. Got an elderly woman downstairs. She's got a bit of dementia and that, and she kept me awake for weeks playing loud radio music all through the night till God knows what. So it's a bit of payback. Right. I think that's Angie disappearing. That's you. Time for bed. Catch you later. Keep up the good work, Terry. Thanks, Angie, for popping in. I'm actually going to be ending just soon. Oh, yes, I know my device will restart. Just go away, silly message. So yeah, progress a little bit. But it's nice sitting chatting with you guys. It's kind of cool. It's really cool. Smart. If I get that elastic band thing sorted out before I'll probably go live tomorrow, I'll see how I feel. It just depends on my mood. If I have a low day, then I'll not be on. But and it'll probably be around about the same time, because there's no really anybody else on at this time. So I like the late evening, early morning. Obviously, it's not always good for you guys, but still quite a lot to do. Still quite a lot of stuff on the wooden sprues. I can see it going over quite a few evenings. Just do a wee bit at a time, wee bit of a chat and a blather with you guys. Like a tank though. That's quite cool how that all goes together. And all the elastic band trickery. Ooh, the drive shafts and everything. And yeah, so it's just that one up the top that not quite sure what that does yet. But that's that one to sort out, and then I can get the two halves of the frame together, which will be nice because then it'll have a bit more structure about it. So yeah, good night, Angie. I'm going to call it quits. But it's 3 hours and a bit. It's coming up for 2 o'clock in the morning. It's most people's berry buys time. I will aim to try, and be back on tomorrow night about the same time. What's it tomorrow? Friday. So you've got the ISM thing. I can't mind what time that's at, but anyway. Yeah, probably on tomorrow night about the same time, 10:30, something like that. If I'm not feeling up to it, I won't be on. Thanks everybody for joining in. A real pleasure having you all in the chat. Helps pass an evening for myself. So stay safe, look after yourselves, happy modelling, and until my next live feed, I'll see you all later. Right, who's got the button? There it is.